when it comes down to those opening rounds. I guess alongside of abezy, which you just have to put in any situation. But I guess when it comes down to this map, regardless, into round one we go. Shotzzy gonna go and bring out that TAC 56 here off the start. Gets tagged up nice and early there with a bit of utility that is tossed in exchange from the other side. Looks to get involved in the fight again, but it is a quick bomb plant now for Subliners.
Now it's a 4v4 retake for Optic. Dashy's able to find that first blood onto Priester. Great job to also get out with your life. And Shotzzy has now put himself on towards the site. New York are great in their 3v4 situations, 34%. As skyz at least evens up the numbers 3v3.
This is a big gunfight. Skyz just trying to waste time. Eventually pops out. Gets evaporated. Hydra and Kismet able to answer, but Shotzzy, he's defusing. He is on this bomb and does get found out. It just looked like for a moment, I mean, if somebody doesn't check it, if the comms just feel like that there is surely nobody who slipped by, there could have been a chance, but Hydra, knowing the routes, knowing the commonality of where Shotzzy likes to play, ends up cutting him down. New York, despite dropping in the first blood, secure our opening round.
Yeah, that's just good work right there from New York to put a lot of pressure on towards stage. When they hit Shotzzy with that nade, he's the guy that's giving the information. How many players are going to cross over towards the site, but you get the bomb down, you're forced to forward for a retake. And eventually you come out on top with a great route from Kismet in that final kill. But now on the attack, where Optic do have a lot of success as well. Dashy finds another first blood, already a 4v3. Priester evens it up.
Yeah, how about the early gunfight victories coming in from Bruce? Hydra, oh god, I was gonna say, I thought huke might open up that door, fires out a shot. He'll eventually fall. Optic Texas quickly with numbers. Shotzzy going for a dolphin dive, and as per usual, stays alive with the movement.
Oh, great plays right there from Shotzzy to basically shoot the bait out. And eventually, I don't know what was going on with Kismet's gun in that last gunfight.
Looked like single fire.
His dash, yeah, it definitely looked like. If he had it on single fire and he was tapping like that, gotta switch that up really quick. I thought that was an easy one, but Bruce, with the snap, finds the first blood on the round and eventually finds the final one to close it out. Optic Texas, when their own attacking round of their own, tied up at 1 now.
We're talking a lot about Shotzzy. How about Bruce? I mean, how about Dashy? Trying to answer here. The search destroyed. Didn't have the crazy performance in that opening hard point, but his presence has already been felt. And now he's going for a ride, Jake. Yeehaw for Bruce. Oh, God. He just
oh, man.
in the chest. Hydra says, that's my horse. Get off. And with that, shots raiding through early. But thankfully, everybody's still up. 8 players alive, and that is about to change as Shotzzy quickly turns. Priesta is dolphin diving everywhere. He's nearly been spotted by both of the SMGs for Optic Texas, but he is still alive, still thriving. Shotzzy brought low, has to back up.
Yeah, Shotzzy and huke at least do have some arc control. As huke is trying to find that opening, and he does so. Great first blood to pick off skyz. So now for your New York, you have to make a decision. Do we try to fight for these guys in towards art? It's not a good one as Shotzzy takes down Kismet, and now that's going to be bombed down. 2v4 situation now.
And now make it a 1v4 Priesta. Yeah, it is just a matter of time. Waving the white flag now as the SMGs run wild. Here in round number 3, it is huke to start. It's Shotzzy, who managed to stay alive like 5 different times, it felt like, despite being low. They just run right onto that site. They win their fights, and from there, it is Optic with back-to-back rounds now.
Yeah, it's just once Optic take control of art. You allow the first SMG to get in huke. He invested that dead silence, but then once Shotzzy puts himself in that position, a lot of your focus is all onto Shotzzy, which eventually opens up that first kill from huke. Then it's time for Shotzzy to strike. He finds the second. Then in the 4v2, you just keep that positioning. It's not going to be an easy round to win as Optic able to chain 2 together.
A little bit of information here off the start. You notice for Dashy, she ran out of spawn, quickly pre-aimed over at P1. As we said, both teams incredibly aware of who they're facing off against. Got some fiery, fast-paced SMGs who just constantly want to go. Hydra stalled out for the moment, and you can tell, man, huke, he just wants to chow. He just wants to jump out. Everybody holding angles. As huke waits for his chance, he's oftentimes going to wait for Shotzzy to rain out a few bullets, and from there, that is when huke likes to challenge in from lower. However, they have yet to get that window of opportunity. Shotzzy goes for the peek. Nothing yet.
Yeah, both of these squads are trying to fill it out. Trying to make sure nothing fishy happens. You don't want to lose map controls. Now it's only 35 seconds left on the clock. Optic has to start being aggressive over towards that A site. Shotzzy's going to be aggressive in through open. Basically has Priest trapped in this corner.
He does indeed. It's going to be huke and Shotzzy who both run on out. And now it's going to be into the 2 versus 2. Shotzzy not able to win that fight. Kismet will be able to find him, and Ghosty will drop on the bomb site. It felt like for Texas, they eventually had to get a move on when they begin to pretty much fire off that shot that starts that ending battle. It is New York who just win those fights. And it's Shotzzy who loses this 1v1 versus Kismet. That very well could be the round right there.
Oh, yeah, that was such a big kill from Kismet to pick that one up. A little bit of friendly shots towards the stairs. He doesn't like to walk up them, but he's able to find that kill. And I thought once Shotzzy puts himself in a position like that, he was going to make a play happen. But Kismet, with the communication from his teammates, is able to find that one and even up the score all at 2. Ghosty going to switch it up, sitting currently at 0-4. Time to whip out that big stick. Time to whip out the snipe.
Indeed, there's been a lot of talk on who's going to be rocking the sniper for Optic Texas. Lots of highlights in Dashy stream lately. Questions on who's going to bring it out. Ghosty saying, you know what, 0-4, might as well bring out the big guns. Able to answer to start. However, the SMGs will fall. It is quickly left up to Ghosty and Dashy now, all by themselves. A 2v3 retake, and Jay, that time is ticking.
Yeah, time is ticking, and New York are already setting up for the pinch-in as they are able to find the final couple of kills. It's all about just shutting down that SMG presence in towards Art. Once you do that, you know that Ghosty has that sniper in hand. Dasher usually likes to put himself in that position towards open. And once they win those gunfights, you're allowed to flank through open and closed doors. New York with another quick bomb plan over towards A is now caused problems for Optic twice. New York up 3-2.
It just feels like, you know, Optic will have their moments. Shotzzy and huke, it just kind of feels like if they're being impactful in the round, they're winning it. When they're not, when they're out of the fights early, they're not. Early 3-2 in favor of the Subliners as Optic go back to the offensive side. Last time around, it was really just not a whole lot of comfortability when it came down to getting that bomb down. Hydra quick to reveal his shoulder, so that will instantly give a bit of information to Texas. And Shotzzy, as we said, first blood master, able to grab it here. Huke also wants to respond back with a second one. Tosses out a nade. Makes guys have to reposition. That will work. And Huke has got information on information.
Oh, no.
But Kismet is there to make him pay.
Oh!
It's going to be 3 for the Bulldog. All up to Bruce now. A 1v2. Deddy popped.
1v2 Deddy popped. He is going to get the information on towards Kismet, but Kismet wins another one-on-one. That's
shots.
the ace on the round.
Here they come. There they are. You knew it.
Oh, man.
You knew it had to happen. Dashy with some body shots earlier. Kismet replies back with some onto Shotzzy, and now he is letting him know on a 6 spree. An ace on top of it. Kismet, have your chance, my friend.
Woo! That was a 4v2, Lando. That was a 4v2, but right there, if you are Huke, I know you get the sound cues onto Hydra as you see the snap onto Ghosty. Just want to try to play your life in that situation, man. There's no point in chasing that kill. You have the man advantage, especially when you have no information of how New York are going to be playing in that 2v4. Kismet earns himself that cruise missile.
Oh, my.
And now it could change the game plan for Optic. They find him. They take him down. Dashy finds a second. Already a 4v2. Can't let this one go.
He absolutely could not. His Priest of Falls. Okay, it's going to be a 1v4 for Hydra. I was going to say that's going to go one of 2 ways for Kismet off the start of that round. He is either about to pop off or just quickly evaporate. By the way, for Paco, he's on a 5 spree, so it would be in his best intention to obviously try to clutch the round, but more than likely, you would love to just see him at least walk away with another, try to play for the kill. Don't necessarily try to play solely around that objective, but with 45 seconds left for Texas, this should be easy pickings, Jay.
It should be. This round should be very difficult, but now if you are Hydra, all your focus is at least finding 1 kill to earn yourself that cruise missile, so you have 2 to work with as we get deeper into this game. But he's not able to pick it up. Dashy reads it perfectly. Able to find the kill from top maps. And eventually close out the round. Optic Texas, they stop the bleeding. They shut down the second cruise missile. But now they just need to have some success on their attacking rounds. You can't lose that arc control to Hydra. You can't allow Kismet to find an ace. As now in the back of your mind, you're thinking about that cruise missile.
Yeah, you are indeed. And I mean, you said it perfectly. What we talked about in this series, he was going to be on the SMGs. He was going to be on who can have a more impactful performance. We're talking about how Hydra is 1 kill away from having 2 cruise missiles, both earned from the SMGs of the Subliners. As we said, you can feel that impact early. Coming in from New York as Optic Texas able to win the swing round, and boy, did they need this to be some semblance of momentum. Shotzzy for the early peak. We know Kismet, who's been so fiery, wants another first blood that he can have attached to what has overall been a solid search destroy so far for him. But a minute down, Texas still yet to really get that bomb over inside of the stage, as though it's to lay it down. Bomb planted.
Now it's a 4v4 retake. All of Optic are able to stay alive. Now you just have to find that first blood, and none other than Shotzzy to do it. Takes down Hydra. So now in the 3v4 situation, just play your numbers, play your trades. Dashy finds the second, another 4v2. You know where these players are at, but New York, they're able to find 2.
They're able to do it. Bomb planted. Dashy, boy, does he need this pick. He needs the pick. Shotzzy eventually gets challenged. They know where Bruce is hiding. 15 seconds left. Can Dashy go big?
Oh,
it's
no.
gonna fall apart again. NYSL down in numbers, run firmly into the site. It is a retake, and now it is a 5-3 advantage. Subliners, they cannot seem to just go away, man. Like, they will not go away.
I thought New York were better in the 3v4s, 33%. But their 2v4s might even be better than that. That is 2v4s so far in this game. 2 search and destroy that Optic Texas are gonna be thinking about, man, that's so tough. That's so tough. There's only 25 seconds left. All you have to do is at least find one or at least stay alive. But New York are able to clutch up again. And now Optic Texas need to chain 3 rounds together to try to take this map. You do have one player in Shotzzy who puts himself in a great position already towards A, though.
See if he can be impactful in a spot like this. Is Kismet going to check? No, he is not. Shotzzy first blood, but does end up getting traded out. You know, Dashys also got to be careful. You got Hydra, who's also trying to make his way toward bottom side. It is a nice nade over the top that ends up landing from Ghosty. So now it's a 3v2, Jay. At least it's not a 4v2. Can they clutch this one out now with numbers?
They have to. They have to. They're doing a great job. Good job from Optic. Just win their one-on-one gunfights. Dashy not giving up on the play for Hydra, and then Ghosty finds the final kill. Then Ghosty with the nade over the top basically shuts down the play on the side of New York once he takes down skyz. So Optic stay alive a little bit longer. Now gone 5-4. But you still have that cruise missile in the back of Kismet that you still have to be worried about. So if you are Optic Texas, make sure you get your trophies out. I would like to see them go for that quick bomb plant again. This time not choke that 4v2.
Yep, see if they do it. Information gained. And how about Dashy answering off the start? Ghosty as well. Hydra at least causes a bit of a dent. So, as we said, Optic with numbers, but Hydra does not care. He's got a baguette in his hand and a McDonald's Coke sitting right in front of him. He is ready to go. Now into the 2v2.
And Dash is slowly starting to edge up. He might get this positioning as he does have that dead silence invested. So Hydra is not going to know that he's right around this corner. But Priestess is playing it safe. Making sure that that bomb does not make its way over towards B. But now Hydra's getting all the sound cues that at least one player is over towards this A site.
He knows for sure. Dead silence pop. Oh, that nade is going to make Dashy have to sit down. Makes him prone. And from there, and YSL. I was going to say, Weiss to technically not go for the challenge. I mean, who would have blamed him typically? But it looks like it's going to be a reposition. Hydra!
Oh, no.
Oh, pokes out a little too far. And with that, it's now all on Saprista. That bomb's going to get planted. And how does Priesta look to try to retake this? Can he get Ghosty off the bomb? Yes, he will.
Oh, my.
Now a 1v1.
Another one for Dashy. Another clutch situation. Can he keep Optic alive in this one? As Priest has yet to earn that dead silence. Time is starting to tick. Dashy trying to find that timing. 25 seconds left. Dashy earns that deady. He might hit the wrap.
Step up passing the torch. This is a situation that Dashy absolutely needs. In threat of going down 0-2. He's making the routes. He's making the plays. Bruce able to walk away with the 1v1 there versus Priesta. A huge one at that. Optic Texas were down 5-3. Have handed over so many clutches. So many 2v4s. So many first bloods that have not equated to round victories, but they've managed to fight back. And now we've got ourselves a round 11.
Round 11. Which has been one of the best search and destroys for both of these squads. Obviously, Optic giving up a couple 2v4s, but it's going to be them on the defensive side. You see the records for Texas. Not the best. And now you have to play this a little bit slower because that cruise missile is going to open up that free plant towards A.
Here comes the cruise missile, what we've been waiting for. And you can see for Optic, they will quickly go for the huddle. Meanwhile, it is huke will stay. So huke's gonna stay pretty much in the same position. And with that, he'll be the first one to jump forward as he jumps on in. I mean, that is just easy pickings there for skyz. First blood found. Shotzzy with the utility tossed has no answer. Dashy will fall all on to Ghosty, the rookie in a 1v3 in New York. No sweat. Allowed the 5-3 comeback, but they end up closing it out here in the round 11 and now are up firmly 2-0 in this series.
And that was such a next level play call right there from the Subliners. You get the cruise missile to gain all the information. And then at that point, Optic are thinking, once that cruise is blown up, that bomb is most likely going to be planted. But New York knew that the pressure was going to be instantly on them once that cruise missile was out of Kismet's hand.